know that. I'm sorry about it. I thought that would be funny. But you know, the part that makes you cry is just the part underneath the skin. So rather than peeling it from the outside in, we are going to shred it from the inside out. And just like that, there are no more tears. I tell you what, I'm going to save the questions for the end of the show, okay? All right. Next, we have celery, yes. Celery is an excellent diet food, but unfortunately, there's also nature's dental floss. Yeah, so if you don't like those thick, heavy fibers in your food, just put those in the back of the hopper. Then you can make your celery soup, your Waldorf salad, and even your tuna dishes. All the way through like that, with no strings attached. Now I believe broccoli is God's favorite vegetable because he put 7 times the amount of nutrients in broccoli as just about anything else in your garden. But, and also, did you know there's more flavor and nutrients in the stalk than in the crown? But what do most people do with the stalk of broccoli? They just throw that away. Now, stores can charge a lot of money for broccoli slaw, up to $4 an ounce. With this, you just run it through the machine, and you get a very healthy broccoli slaw. Getting all that meat right off of that stalk from what most people just throw in the trash. Now the recipe for this salad came from Prevention Magazine. They say that if you eat a salad like this 3 to 5 times a week, you can reduce the risk of internal cancer by up to 85%. 3 to 5 times a week. Now I've got one more question for you. Watch that. Did you see that?
I did.
That's my little joke.
Mr. Fast Hands.
Take a look at this. All right, we have a little key. Here we go. Find the nut. Find the nut. This is the shell game. Okay. I've got one more question. What do you think of this salad now?
Woo!
Right.
Yeah!
He was stunned. This doesn't say applesauce. Well, this is our excellent salad, and this is an excellent tool. And once again, how many of you would take one of these home if I gave it to you for free? Yes. Well, again, we do get to give some of these away for free. And this, as I mentioned, is an excellent tool to have in the kitchen. And once again, this is not a great tool. Yes, this is. I don't know why they call this grater, because that's a lot better. Yes, the old knuckle buster. But you know, guys are really smart when it comes to tools. And you know what my father-in-law calls Home Depot? He calls it church, because that's where all his prayers are answered. But, but yes, we actually do get to give some of these away for free, and I'll get to tell you about that in just a little bit. But as I mentioned, guys are really smart when it comes to tools. When you go into a guy's garage, you'll see a $300 weed whacker, $500 chainsaw, or a $3,000 riding lawnmower. Now, how many of you moms have a riding vacuum cleaner? Okay, a riding broom doesn't count. But yes, guys have a garage full of tools, and they'll spend good money on tools like Snap-on or Craftsman because they've got a lifetime warranty. Now, those tools just sit in the garage almost long, but at least you know when you've got a job to do, you've got the right tools. Well, guess what? These are also tools. These are the most important tools you have because they build bodies and they build families. Now, the average household will cook 2 meals a day. That's 700 meals in a year, and over 50,000 meals in a lifetime. You see, cooking's not a hobby, it's a job. I really respect those of you who cook because that's where the nutrition for our family takes place. Unfortunately, these are the tools a lot of us have to work with in our kitchen. They sound like this. I pull them out, and they look like this. Now, this is cookware that comes from everywhere. Let's see. We have Grandma's old porcelain pot, the shit tin falling apart. And guess where those chips end up? In our food, yes. Now, if you're married, you might be lucky to have the traditional wedding pan with a copper bottom. These can be very expensive, but they're also very thin. So you're stuck in the kitchen stirring all day long. Nobody really wants to do that. So that's why Mom and Grandma always went back to tried and true cast iron. Cast iron does a fantastic cooking job because it's very thick. That's what you're going to love about Kitchen Craft. Now here's one of our smallest pans. If you listen, you can see it's also very, very thick. This is actually the same pan that we're using to cook these vegetables, and even though we don't have water in them, we haven't had to stir them once. But some of you may have disposable cookware. It's also known as Teflon. Or as you can see here, this is Teflon. Now Teflon is actually a deadly chemical spray made of ingredients such as formaldehyde. And all it takes is a little scratch, and again it starts coming